last left off Alucard, he would have some help from a woman named Janissa. She would step in while he was having an outing with the security guards. They would have a conversation, but it was short until a vampire monster crashed the club, killing a lot of people. Alucard would transform and would take care of it, but not until the police came and opened fire on him. Luckily, a car would pull up behind him, helping him to escape. This is the final season of Kamen Rider Vampiric. After driving for almost an hour, Alucard would ask Janissa, "Where are we going?"
"We're going back to my place."
"Your place, you say? Interesting." Janissa would just smile and say,
"What's wrong, Alucard? You've never been to a girl's house before?"
Being embarrassed by hearing that, Alucard would just look away. Janissa would just respond saying,
"Holy crap, your face! You lit up like the 4th of July!"
"Oh, shut it, woman! Don't look at me like that!"
Oh, so cute. Oh, nice, we're here.
We will see Janissa's car pull up to a big black gate. As the gate's doors open, Janissa will drive the car through the gate as they make their way up the road. You will see a massive house. Alucard would be shocked how amazing Janissa's house is. She will pull the car up to the garage. As the two will get out, Alucard would say, "Holy shit, your castle is huge." Janissa would reply,
"Thank you very much. You can say that I'm a rich girl."
"What do you do? Or your family, actually?"
My family owns multiple companies, and I do music sometimes, but I mostly party with friends, which I left at the club."
"That's pretty cool. And I think I left my servant bag at the club with all what happened."
"Yeah, very true. Well, let's go inside."
The two would head up to the house after having a long night. They would make it to the front door as Janissa will unlock the door as they both walk in. Janissa will close the door while unlocking every lock on the door while she says,
"Oh, welcome to my crib, boy."
"Very nice place you have here. So tell me, Janissa, why you help me?"
"Just thought it was the right thing to do, that's all."
Janissa would walk up to Alucard and would lay her head on his chest, but he would quickly move her head from his chest and would take a step back and say, "I'm sorry, it was a reflex. I didn't know what you was trying to do." But Janissa would ignore what Alucard said and would move up close to him again, and this time she would kiss him again. Alucard would push her away and say, "We just met. You sure about this?"
"Yes, I'm sure. I have nothing else to live for, so might as well live to the fullest."
Alucard would close his eyes and just think to himself. He would then open his eyes and pick her up off her feet as the two would share a passionate kiss. Alucard would put Janissa up against the wall as they continued to make out. Janissa would take Alucard's shirt off as Alucard would take Janissa's top off. The two would head upstairs as their night is about to begin. Let's go back to the club right when Janissa drove off with Alucard. Igor would make his way inside to see what was going on. He would look everywhere, but he couldn't find Alucard anywhere. But inside the club, Tony and his son would be in the security room watching the security tapes on what happened to the vampire monster as they would see Alucard pull out his bloodshot driver as a bright light would blind Tony and his son. "What happened?" The security guard didn't know what to say. All the cameras would go out, causing Tony Belmont to get upset to the point he would walk out of the security room. Right when he would open the door, a cop would be standing there, and he would say, "Check this out." The officer would show a footage of Kamen Rider Vampiric getting in a all-black car. Tony Belmont would say, "Thank you. You can go now. My dear daughter, you have a lot of explaining to do." Nightfall would pass as the sun rises up. Alucard would be laying in bed as his body begins to heating up due to the sunlight glare from the bedroom window. The pain would be so great it would wake him out of his sleep, having him fall out of the bed, saying, "Damn it, my body is on fire. I can barely move. I need blood." Alucard's eyes would begin to glow bloodshot red as his fangs and nails would grow. He would drop to the floor and would crawl to the window, closing the blinds. Janessa awakened to see Alucard on the floor. She would say,
"Hey, are you okay?"
"Yeah, I'm okay. Just don't feel well. So I'ma go."
You don't really have to.
"I know, I'm sorry. I hope we can see each other again."
Me too.
With that being said, Alucard would leave. He would wait until he got away from Janessa's place. He would use one of his abilities to cover the sun with clouds, as fog would appear as well. He would then turn into a swarm of bats and fly off into the fog using his sonar sense. He would find his way back to the penthouse. Igor would notice the fog outside and would check it out. Once he opened the patio door, a swarm of bats would appear in front of him, scaring the crap out of Igor to the point he would fall backwards. The bats will form back into Alucard, leaving him to say, "Why are you on the ground? Get up. I need a blood pack. We have work to do." Igor would get off the floor and say, "Well, that's because you scared the hell out of me. And where have you been? I've been looking all over for you last night. Oh, and my friend made a new soul called Vampiric Geats. Oh, I like the look of this one. I must definitely try it out." Igor's friend would say, "That one is a powerful one, bro. Trust, you gonna love it. But hey, check this out though. I pull up footage from the club. Looks like some guy taking something to turn him into a creature and went crazy. It's a vampire monster. They're really not that strong." Igor would add his own comment and say, "I did ask around. Looks like Tony Belmont is in the marketing business of making vampires." "Is that right? Well, I'm sure it would be fun beating the hell out of all of them in person. Where is this company?" Igor wouldn't be happy about my idea and would say, "Please tell me you're not going there to kill him." "I'm going there to kill him. I'm done playing around." Alucard would pull out his bloodshot driver as the sound would call out "Bloodshot Driver." He would press the button on the soul Vampiric Geats as the sound says, "Vampiric Geats. Authorize." Then Alucard would put the Vampiric Geat soul in the Bloodshot Driver as the sound plays from the driver. Set ignition. Alucard would say, "Henshin, bloodshot," as he pulled the trigger while pointing the driver towards the ground. The blade would fire into the ground as blood shoots into the air, covering Alucard as the blood forms into his new Kamen Rider suit. The sound from the driver would say, "Bitten by a vampire. Standing in a brand new form, Alucard would walk to the window and say, "Don't wait up for me. I'll be back." Igor friend would say something right before Alucard would leave. "Yo, look for a big building with the Enterprise company on it. He should be there." "Thanks for the heads up. Unlike someone I know. Now that I'm at my full strength and have a new kick-ass form, I would then jump out the window and would fly right off into the sky." The scene would change to Enterprise Company as Tony Belmont is sitting in his office. As he gets a knock on his door, he would say, "Enter." One of Tony Belmont's assistants would open the door saying, "Sir, your daughter is here, like you wanted." Janissa would then walk in. The door would close behind her. She would say,
You wanted to see me, Dad?
"Yes, I did. Now I want you to be honest with me. Who the hell is this man that killed that creature?" Janissa would keep a straight face and say,
I don't know, some guy that saved everyone from that creature. Why?
"Because last night one of the cops that works for me seen him getting in your car. Now can you explain that? I mean, you can't lie to me even if you tried. So please, tell me, who the hell is he?"
Dad, I don't know him, I promise you. All I did was help him and drop him off, that's all.
"Janissa Sonia Belmont, why are you lying in my face? You know who he is, just don't want to tell me."
Tell you what, Dad? There's nothing to tell. I don't know who he is.
While Janissa and her father argue, Alucard would finally make it to Enterprise Corporation as he lands in front of the company. This would get a lot of people's attention as Alucard stands in there in his Kamen Rider Vampiric Beats form. Security officers would notice and would slowly approach, but Alucard would notice them, but he would just wait. One of the security guards would make his way up to Alucard saying, "Wherever you are, do not take another step. This is private property. Unless you work here, now get out of here, freak." But Alucard would just stand there like something is keeping him from moving, until Alucard would punch a massive hole in the chest of the security officer, having blood shoot out from his back, splattering all over the ground, leaving Alucard to say, "Tony Belmont Knights will die with him, and whoever gets in my way." Multiple security officers would rush him after seeing Alucard kill one of their own, but Alucard would slaughter each and every one of them single-handedly. He would jump in the air, flipping over a group of officers, kicking one of them in the chest, sending him flying backwards into the other security officers. They would try their best to fight off Alucard, but he was just too strong. He would then pull out the bloodshot driver that is on his right holster, blasting every security officer in the chest and head, leaving bloody bodies all in front of Tony Belmont's company. This whole incident would be sent back to Tony Belmont while he is arguing with Janissa. One of the security officers would enter Tony Belmont's office saying, "A trespasser dressed in all white is attacking the security officers. He just killed multiple of us, sir." This would make Tony Belmont unhappy as he would say, "Lock this place down and kill him. Make sure you sound the alarm to let everyone know." Janissa would look over her father's desk and see the footage of Alucard inside the company, slashing and cutting everyone with his blade sword. Janissa would be shocked in seeing Alucard like this, as tears falls from her eyes, until she would hear a voice speak out to her saying, "Come to me. Come to me, young one. I will tell you more about your dear Alucard." Janissa would look around and see her father walking out as the voice would speak out again.
Come to me, young one.
Who the hell are you? And where are you?
I'm here with you, young one. The bookcase behind you. Find a way to open it.
Janissa would walk over to the bookcase looking for a switch to open it until she found it. She would then open it as seeing Mortrigan sitting in a chair locked in chains. He would say,
Thank you. Now speak.
How were you able to talk to me?
Because I'm a vampire. I can read every thought you think of. I know you're thinking of my son Alucard. What? You don't know? He too is the first vampire that I created. He will become a vampire lord, but he won't become it as long as you are by his side, human.
What the heck is that supposed to mean?
It means that Alucard is a century-old vampire. It was your family's great ancestors that took everything from him. His family, his kingdom. He watched as the Belmonts killed his father, his mother, his sister. They beat him half to death. And when I found him, he was broken and hungry for revenge. So I gave him the power to get it.
Oh my god, that's horrible. How did he even get to this point in time?
I put him in a death sleep. He would wake up at this point of time to kill the Belmonts. I gave myself up to protect him and make him stronger. And once he finds out you're at Belmont, he's going to kill you.
He wouldn't do that to me. We have a connection like we are meant for each other.
Maybe you're right. He won't kill you due to the fact you're having a baby.
What? Okay, now you are taking crap out of your ass. I'm not pregnant.
Trust me, you are. I can hear it growing inside of you, young one. You should just forget Alucard and live your life. The Blood Moon's power is making Alucard 10 times stronger, and soon his anger will consume him, turning him into an unstoppable monster bent on killing.
How do you know all of this? Who are you, damn it?
I told you, I'm a vampire, a god, the lord of lies. Save yourself or die.
Back in the company's lobby, Alucard would be standing in a circle of dead bodies everywhere, covered in blood. Tony Belmont would make his way into the lobby and would see Alucard. Tony would say, "Who the hell you think you are coming into my company just killing people?" As a red, dark aura surrounds Alucard, he would then say, "Tony fucking Belmont, today's the day you die for your family sins. Y'all took everything from me, and now I'm gonna take everything from you and your family." Janessa would make her way to the lobby after talking to Mortrigan. She would yell out saying,
Alucard, you don't have to do this.
Janessa, why are you here?
Tony Belmont would see Janessa and say, "Janessa, you know this man."
Yes, Father, I do know him. He's the man I helped out last night.
Alucard would just be shocked to hear what was just said. He would respond,
Wait, hold up. Janessa, did you just call him father?
Yes, I did. Tony Belmont is my father. My full name is Jessica Belmont. I'm sorry, but I will not let you take my father from me. You'll have to kill me too.
I couldn't do it even if I tried. You mean too much to me.
Well, you don't mean nothing to me. You're not even human. You're just a monster. That's a big baby because his family was killed. Big deal, loser. I don't even want to see you again.
Tony Belmont would jump into the conversation saying, "You heard my daughter. Now leave."
Fuck off, Tony. You're still going to bleed red for me.
Tony Belmont would just laugh, saying, "You have to make your way through my army of vampire creatures. Activate security system 33889. Doors would open up as footsteps would be heard as vampires would make their entrance. Alucard would look around, seeing that he's surrounded. Alucard would say,
"You think these sorry exclusive trash of vampires are going to stop me? I don't think so."
Back upstairs, the moon would begin to turn red as Alucard's whole body would glow in a blood-red aura as his anger grows, built on taking his revenge. A new soul would appear in his hands with an eye mark on it. Alucard would see and would be amazed by it. He would say,
"Belmont, tonight you're going to feel my vengeance and die for your family's sins."
Alucard would push the button on the soul shot as it would say,
"Hellish Vampiric, I will destroy you all." Hell rise.
Authorize. Progress.
Tension.
Hell's energy has destroyed the world.
Shot.
blood and dark red fire from hell would burst from the ground, covering Alucard in hell's flames as it would turn into his new Kamen Rider suit.
Walking through the pits of hell to be reborn as the Vampire King. With hellish energy, the world will be destroyed. Hellish Vampiric King!
Heaven or hell, it doesn't matter.
Feeling this dark new power, Morchican body would be overwhelmed with dark power as he too becomes charged by the power of the blood moon, turning him young. And he would say, "Finally, after all these years, the blood moon has blessed me once again. And I sense it blessed you too, my son, with great power. Kill Tony Belmont and his daughter. And no one will be able to stop you." Back in the lobby, Alucard would be standing in his new Kamen Rider suit, Hellish Vampiric King. Seeing nothing but red, Alucard would roar to the heavens. The roar would be so loud it would be heard from outside as people all over the city would cover their ears, being in pain. Now that Alucard has a new power, how will he learn to control it? Or does he want to control it? Find out on the next season of Kamen Rider Vampiric.